Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I made a little while back, I highlighted and talked about how tabletop role-playing games have steadily gotten more and more digital over these past couple of years, and how they've steadily gone more and more online with their services and their content, due in no small part to the explosive popularity of VTTs, which isn't really that big of a deal. But because of this, I've also noticed a lot of videos popping up that compare one VTT versus another and highlight some of the key differences and features of each of them. And they're all great videos, don't get me wrong, but as someone who has tried out a lot of different VTTs over the course of my game mastering career, like Alchemy, Owlbear Rodeo, Fantasy Grounds, Roll20, Tailspire, and Fablecraft, just to name a few of the more popular or upcoming ones that I've used before, and as someone who continues to try out and use new VTTs, I've found that while each of these virtual tabletops have their own ups and downs, there really only is one virtual tabletop that's currently at the top, and that VTT is called Foundry. Now, at this point in the video, you may take a look at my channel and think, oh, what the hell, this guy's obviously just a Foundry VTT fanboy. Of course he's gonna say Foundry's the best fucking VTT out there. This dude's totally biased. And granted, Foundry currently is my primary VTT, but as I mentioned previously, it's not the only VTT that I've ever used or currently am using for my game sessions. So because of this, I would like to think that I have a little bit of say in the matter as to which VTT currently is the best, or at least what VTT I consider to be the best. So at least hear me out, and let me try to explain why I consider Foundry VTT to be the best VTT that's currently on the market, and why I think that you should at least consider checking it out if you haven't done so already. And if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, consider leaving a like and a comment down below, and maybe share this with your game master or your friends if you're considering to find a new VTT to use, or considering using VTTs for the first time. First off, one of the biggest selling points for Foundry is that you don't pay a subscription to use their service or get access to cool features like dynamic lighting, for example. And there is no additional payment required to get access to updates or features once you buy the software. There's no Foundry Premium Edition or Foundry Plus. Once you buy Foundry, you own your copy of it and you're not paywalled out of updates. And then once you download Foundry, you can immediately start creating, preparing, and inviting your friends to your game sessions. And of course, Foundry gives you a quick tutorial on how to use their software, which is extremely handy, especially if you're new to how VTTs work. And speaking of creating and preparing, you can add artwork and animated backgrounds to your world, or add sound effects and ambience to a map that changes as the tokens move, or you can even create dynamic lighting effects that add immersion to your battle maps, or change how the tokens see the world, or even place walls that reveal more as players move their tokens closer to investigate. And you can even create multi-level maps that require no scene change. And all of this can be done in the base software with 0 mods activated. And while all of these features by themselves don't make Foundry extremely unique, the modding opportunities and support that Foundry offers does. And at the mention of mods, you may be thinking, wait, Foundry allows mods? That's sick. But wait, that probably means I have to download a mod managing software like Nexus Mods or Overwolf or something like that, right? Well, think again, because you actually don't need to download any mod managing software because Foundry does all of that for you by including a mod managing window in the software. This means that there are no additional downloads necessary because Foundry already has an extremely easy to use mod interface that allows you to download and install mods at the click of a button. And the best part about this is that there are no additional fees to get access to this feature. And this feature is probably my favorite part about Foundry and what I truly think separates it from every other VTT that's currently out there. And you can probably tell this by now, or maybe you already knew this, but there's a reason why there are so many videos that are currently out there that cover mods for Foundry VTT, or top 10 mods for Foundry VTT, or the best D&D mod for Foundry, or so forth. It's because mods are such an integral part of the Foundry VTT community and what makes Foundry Foundry. For example, one of the most popular mods called Automated Animations adds the ability when combined with some other mods to automatically play customizable animations for attacks, spells, transformations, and features, which adds an immeasurable amount of excitement and immersion to your game sessions. And then another mod creator that didn't make automated animations came along and released a mod pack that integrates dozens of pre-made animations into your game. So you can have super cool and intricate animations for your players, and all you have to do is download a couple of mods. But let's say, for example, that you don't want to use any mods in your game sessions for one reason or another. Then that's perfectly fine because the base VTT for Foundry with 0 mods is fantastic, and all the game systems that Foundry offers are constantly getting updates that add tons of quality of life improvements and features to the game that require 0 mods. And speaking of game systems, one of the biggest drawbacks that Foundry had a couple of years ago when it first came out was that it didn't have very many supported game systems. But that has completely changed recently because now not only has Foundry officially partnered with really popular game systems like D&D 5th edition and Pathfinder 2nd edition, but they're also offering over 250 game systems on their platform. And these game systems include games like The One Ring 2nd edition, Call of Cthulhu, Blades in the Dark, Dungeon Crawl Classics, and so much more. Plus, these game systems are constantly being updated and patched with new quality of life features and settings, like just recently when D&D partnered with Foundry and they completely overhauled the D&D 5e system and added tons of quality of life changes and even added some cool new features to the game. And in the event where you don't see your favorite game system on this list of supported game systems, then fear not, because just like the mod list, this game system list is constantly being updated with new game systems that are brought to Foundry every single month, and who knows, there might even be a mod that ports your game system into Foundry, or changes a game system to add in some legacy rules that you prefer. And continuing on the theme of game systems, there are even game system specific mods that add tons of additional options and quality of life features and settings that only someone who plays that game system and has a passion for it can create. This is what sets Foundry apart and makes it what myself and many others consider to be the best VTT. The support and features that the developers provide to the modding community and the everyday user, combined with the developer's goal of creating the most versatile and high quality VTT that doesn't constantly have to throw ads in your face or have features that are locked behind paywalls or requires you to buy a digital rulebook or game edition that you already own in order to run that game on your VTT, or get access to a character class or spell. This is what makes Foundry what it is, which is the current king of VTTs. Because Foundry takes the power of a good, versatile, and fun to use VTT that is not only mod friendly and has a passionate and growing community, but also has developers who listen to the community and gives all of that to you with a single purchase, and doesn't try to leech any more money from you through the use of paywalls or subscriptions. Unless of course you want to purchase a premium mod or an official token pack for all the Pathfinder monsters or something to that effect. Foundry has won the title of Best VTT because it remains mod friendly, faithful to its community, and provides so much support and features just for one purchase, and it doesn't try to exploit an entire community of nerds who want to play their game system of choice and maybe roll some cool math rocks and who knows, maybe raid some dungeons and kill some dragons. And I sincerely hope that Foundry continues to grow and continues to be the king of VTTs. But in the world where the world of virtual tabletops is continually growing and continually innovating and expanding, who knows how long Foundry will be on top. But on that note, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it truly helped you in maybe your decision-making process for if Foundry VTT is truly worth it or not, or maybe helping you to understand why so many people like Foundry VTT. But anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.